Player 2 has joined the game.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 196 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin, along with my brother from my mother, Sean.
How we doing?
La-di-da-di-da. It's the mother-loving two-player co-op, Snoop Dogg. We got a good Let's Play going up this week. I don't know when it's up. It might be up already. It might not. But either way, check it out. A ROM hack we've wanted to do for
about a week.
A couple months now. I think Bernardo, shout out to John Bernardo. I think he sent it to us a couple weeks ago. But if this is the first time you're seeing, hearing, or listening to us, this is the Two Player Co-op Podcast.
If this is the first time they're seeing, hearing, or listening to us,
exited.
They're probably like, what is wrong with that guy? Why is he saying that?
Go watch the other 195 episodes. Two Player Co-op Podcast, just about every week. Two brothers get together to tell you everything you need to know about in the world of video games. If you like that, hit the like button. Share the video with your friends, family, and everybody in between. Hit the subscribe button. Hit that bell so you get notified whenever we post a new video. Correct, Sean?
Correct.
That is correct.
Correction?
What? Correction.
Correction.
If you really like us for some stupid reason, you can go to patreon.com. I said Patreon. Patreon.com/2playercoop. It's .net. Just like our producers Steve Appleton, Aunt Sue, and Vernon Slayton did, as well as our affiliate James Solar. If you like cool t-shirts like I'm wearing now, you can't get it here, but what you can get is Two Player Co-op shirts over at teespring.com/stores/2playercoop. And eventually, whenever we start twitching again, like I did last week, it'll be at twitch.tv/2player_co-op.
Whenever we start twitching again, which I literally just did.
I was bored last week. A few people checked it out. But I just want to play Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. So we did a Let's Play last week of Street Fighter 2 Remastered on the Genesis, and I just had an itch. So I was like, what the hell? I saw you playing it this weekend, by the way.
I played it, I think, the night after you did.
Okay.
Just because. And then I was like, this is kind of fun, but I'm already just done with it. I didn't play online at all. I just did like single player.
Yeah.
On Super, I couldn't win one fight.
Super Turbo?
Yeah, I guess it was Super Turbo.
Yeah, Super Turbo. I beat
destroyed.
Super. I beat Super for the first time. I beat one of the alphas for the first time. Super Turbo is like, even if you knock it down to the easiest difficulty, it is.
I couldn't even find out how to change the difficulty or the turbo. It's like Turbo 3. I'm like, I don't even know how to change.
No,
this.
before you go, when you hover over it, there's like square or something does. It'll say options.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed that.
That's the mother loving. It's a good Let's Play this week. It'll be there if it's not already there. I got to whittle it down. Sean.
Yes.
Until we get out of this hellscape that we're all living through, I'm going to tell everybody every week to please go and wear your woohoo mask. I think I got the timing right there.
That's pretty.
I don't think it was long enough, but I gave a pause, so I think the wahoo will carry over the pause.
I think it'll be fine.
All right. Wear your masks. Don't be stupid. Wear your mask. Come on. Shout out to the Grizzlies. God dang.
They gave me hope.
Don't give me hope.
They did.
They did. Ja gave me hope, but like they give me hope for
I'm so excited
the future.
for the future.
Yeah. Like when Jaren's healthy, if Justice is ever healthy, they're going to be awesome. But the thing is that sucks is like the West is going to be so ridiculous next year. The Suns obviously figure out how to play basketball. If Portland keeps this up, they'll be there next year. You've got the Warriors are back because Clay and Steph are going to be
there's
back.
a bunch of teams that shouldn't really beat like the
The
Jazz.
freaking Mavericks were the 7 seed though. They could have easily been like a 3 seed.
Yeah.
Luka's the best player in the league right now. And I don't feel bad saying it.
Yeah, probably.
Best offensive player, I should say.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll be fun.
It will.
Whenever we have a new season.
Yeah. Before we get into everything, I say a lot of times that this podcast is my therapy session. and I've had a really wahoo kind of week. My little dog, Buddy, my 13-year-old little Lhasa Apso, hurt himself a couple of weeks ago. He injured his shoulder, and then we thought it was his back, whatever. And now it's to the point where 2 weeks ago he was perfectly fine, and now he's staying overnight at the vet tonight. So we're recording this Sunday night. He's staying overnight at the vet, and they are now to the point where, so they did blood work today, and his white blood cell count is super high. His kidney activity, his pancreatic activity is super high as well. So we're going to see how he is in the morning, but what I'm worried is by the time this goes live on Wednesday, I'm kind of resigned to the fact that he's going to be gone.
Yeah.
And I've been holding a lot of this in, and I'm not going to get too nuts right now because I'm kind of coming to grips with it, but like, friggin' dogs, man. Like,
I know.
I don't know if he's got at first. So he injured his shoulder, then we thought he hurt his back, but then it turns out he stopped eating. Then he's got stuff coming out of his nose, and I don't know. He didn't turn around today like they were hoping. So he was at the vet all day on antibiotics and fluid via IV. And he's staying overnight. But I'm not very hopeful, and this sucks.
Yeah. We love little buddy.
He is literally the best dog ever. And I really hope by the time this goes live that I was wrong and it really was just an infection and the 2 or 3 days of antibiotics have cleared it out. But like, I don't know. It sucks. Like, I believe in heaven, and I believe that our pets will be there with us. Rainbow Bridge, all that stuff. But like, I will never understand why. And cats too, but like dogs are just different to me. Excuse me. Like man's best friend doesn't live. They live like an eighth of our lifespan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's not fair.
So I don't even know. This last week has sucked for me, but that's one of the reasons I do this podcast. Like I said, it's like a therapy session. So I don't want to talk about it anymore, but I just had to say something because it's been messing with me all week, really for 2 weeks now, but especially these last few days. So buddy, I love you. Pull through. That's enough of that. So Sean, let's talk about the Reface app.
Yes.
Thank you, John Bernardo, because all of a sudden yesterday, Saturdays, we're recording this, I'm going through Twitter, and all of a sudden I see Bernardo tweet something. He says, "You think you know me?" And I'm like, And I click on it. I was like, well, that's Edge. And I know you think you know me as Edge. And I click on it, and all of a sudden I see Bernardo's face on Edge, and I'm like, he's spearing people, and he's like, and I'm like, what the hell is happening? And then he sent me the app, and then Sean clearly saw it too. And my photo album is now filled. Like my last 40 or something things in my photo album are GIFs or videos of the Reface app. And I know now that I really do wish I had Cap's hair from Infinity War and his beard. But now I can see my weird looking like cross-eyed face on his face with his beautiful hair. And I also know now that I'm way more similar to Michael Scott than I would ever like to be, even though I always knew I kind of was. This Reface app stupid thing has gotten me through this weekend, a horrible weekend. But Sean and I have probably sent, 40 GIFs back and forth? I know you're going to say
Something
GIFs.
like that. Yeah, if you look back through our messages now, it's literally just picture after picture after picture after picture. Like, hardly any words, just sending them back and forth. And it's stupid, but it's a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. So if you haven't checked it out yet, I don't know if it's on Android. I assume it probably is. But if you're on iOS, check out the Reface app. If you follow me, you've seen my... I look like a good Superman, I will say. That was probably the best one, was Superman.
I'm noticing that I make a good Paul Rudd.
Okay.
And...
better than Christian Bale.
Probably.
Oh! Oh!
And,
What was that?
and I make a good Iron Man.
Your Iron Man was pretty good, yeah.
Although, I gotta say, this is probably my most... like, that looks legit. Like, you can't tell that that's not... that's a good... I'm showing him... I don't know if that comes through.
It doesn't. But look at me. Like, how much different do we look? I guess that's my eyes. I can't grow a beard like that.
I feel like that just looks like Chris Evans.
I think I look like Chris
I mean,
Evans.
I see, yeah.
We're so stupid. Oh, God bless this podcast. Thank you guys for listening and watching and hearing. Snoop
I
Dogg.
get a copyright strike.
We're going to get one because we got one for Death Cab for Cutie, whatever it was that time we started playing it and singing it.
But you know what? I never got caught, neither.
That one's very good. God bless you, Michael Scott. We're not going to talk about Fortnite and Apple and Android. This is the weirdest thing. I'm saying we're not going to talk about it, so we're going to talk about it, I guess. But, like, I feel like Fortnite is weaponizing kids and their obsession with Fortnite to go up against Apple and Google. The weird thing, I said this to Rasan over the weekend, and then he let me know that apparently Tencent owns like 48% of Epic. I knew they owned a big portion of it. I didn't know it was that big, but like, I guess Epic's big thing is Google and Apple take 30% off the top of every in-game purchase that someone makes. However, it's the same thing on Microsoft and Sony. So I don't know if it's Microsoft and Sony trying to play good or whatever. Fortnite is off of Coffee Talk.
Coffee Talk.
They're off of the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store because they have a dispute about monies earned, and they're suing Apple and maybe Google too. I'm not sure. I know they're suing Apple, but like, I know this is a big deal, but like, I don't want to talk about it any more than I already have.
Yeah, I don't care. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say it's a good deal or a bad deal, whatever, but like, it's the deal.
Right.
If Apple gets 30%, whatever, right off the top, okay. That's
you signed.
What
up
are you
for
trying
it.
to sue them for?
Yes,
like,
exactly.
This is the agreement.
You agreed
like,
to their terms and conditions.
It's so stupid. And it's probably all just for marketing. Like, let's get our name out there. And I don't know. It's so stupid. I'm already sick of hearing about it.
Yep. So we're done. Next Saturday, this coming Saturday, I should say, is DC Fandom. Couple notes here. The WB, so this is confirmed now by DC. WB Montreal's game will be revealed at 1:30 Eastern this Saturday. So Gotham City Knights, whatever it's called, Court of Owls, whatever they're going to call it. A few other things here. So the Snyder Cut Justice League panels at 5:45 Eastern. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is officially the name of the game. That was one of those things we talked about probably a month ago when they started registering domains. It's not just Kill Superman, it's Kill the Justice League. So that's interesting. That is at 8 Eastern on Saturday, and the Batman panel is at 8:30 Eastern Saturday. So next week we'll have a whole bunch of DC stuff to talk about, which makes me very happy.
Yeah, this should be good.
I hope it will be.
Well, it should be.
It should be. You're right. Dave, correct.
By the way, I tried unsuccessfully putting my head on that GIF. GIF, the Farley. That is correct. It's like it's not a high enough quality, so it's like the thing where like your face like only pops
Like
in for like a couple frames,
like,
but way worse than that.
Okay.
Like it's just. Like, I'll try to do it real quick.
Oh my god.
Or maybe I can find a higher quality one that'll actually work.
Sean,
Yes.
what have you been playing this week?
Go away. What have I been playing?
Did you play the beta?
I did, but we'll talk about that in a second. Oh, I know what I was playing.
Street Fighter Collection.
Like doesn't even. I guess my face stays there the whole time, but it's like it doesn't even go on his.
It doesn't move. What is that? Oh my god. That is horrible. Please tweet that right now.
Oh gosh. I'm trying to think if there's something else I played. What? I didn't play anything on
Which?
No, I guess not. So what I played was because I was looking for just something. I'm like, I don't know what to play. I was like, oh, duh. We keep talking about this, and I've yet to actually do anything about it. That's what I'm going to do.
That GIF of me was awesome.
That's perfect. I fired up.
I'm just thinking of, I'm picturing myself going
Bloodstained. Ritual.
Oh. Zangetsu?
Yes.
Oh.
It's pretty cool. It's like a legit. You basically play through the story again. It seems like
you start on the ship?
You start on the ship.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. I don't know that I'm going to play through all of it, but like there's clearly like some differences. Like when you first go into the castle or whatever, where you fight. Well, you don't fight her there, but where the blood like fountain is, like that's already just gone. It's empty. So I think I didn't even try, but I think you can go in there and go through the ground to get under, whatever. So like, I don't know what the boss situation is, and if you fight.
I wonder if you fight Miriam.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. So I don't know how it's all going to play out, but it's pretty cool to play as him. You don't get any of the shards or anything.
Okay.
I don't think you get, like, if you hit start, you can't equip different equipment or shards or anything like that, but you can change your blade from like nothing to fire to electricity to ice. You can do like a big like shoryuken thing. You can do like regular attacks. You can do like a fierce, a hard attack. You can do, I don't know. It's pretty fun playing as him, but I don't know how it's actually going to play out in the actual game. And it's almost like you're so OP that it's almost not even fun. Like I'm killing everything just with one hit. Like even like I think the boss, the little Medusa looking thing at the end of the ship. Literally, I think I killed her in like 2 or 3 hits or something.
Seriously?
And it's not like it's New Game Plus. Like, it's treated just as like a new game. So I don't know. It's fun. It's fun playing as Zangetsu, but I don't know that I'm going to play the whole game. But I think besides the beta, I guess that's it.
Well, I mean, I played Street Fighter Collection, but there's nothing else to talk about there. Let's talk about this Avengers beta. I have thoughts.
As do I.
What do you think?
So I started playing it, and I'm like, this is actually kind of cool. I'm like, I don't think this is going to be my game of the year anywhere near there, but like I'm playing through A Day, and I'm like, this is fun. It just seems like a fun, just kind of like stupid, time-wasty kind of game. Like something I can just load up and just beat some people up and whatever. Be the Avengers. What's weird, I know it was already, what's the word? Revealed a while ago about A-Day. But like, why do you do that? Like, it's just so, I mean, it's tough to show. It's not even spoilers. Like, Cap dies. And it's like, that would have been just such a huge, like, holy crap moment if you didn't just be like, yeah, so here's what the game's about. Captain America dies. And it's like, why do you do that?
No, Captain America dies. It's like if they would have said a certain recent game.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I thought. So that was kind of weird, but it's whatever. So I actually enjoyed it. Then I got past A-Day, and I'm controlling Hulk. First of all, the controls in general in the game are pretty bad. It's one of those things where you're like, walk, ooh, left stick, yeah, right stick, like it's just so like everything's like so like jerky and like when I'm Hulk and I'm trying to open up like the equivalent of like a treasure chest and I'm trying to like line myself up with it, like my God. The menu, I couldn't even, like, I'm hitting left and right. I can't tell what is supposedly like highlighted, like what thing I'm on. Like, that was driving me nuts. I don't get how, I don't want to be platforming as the Hulk. Like, I'm trying to, I don't know how far
I'm
you
like,
got.
where the hell am I supposed to go?
I have no idea where I'm supposed to go. It's like you can jump pretty high, but then I guess if you jump twice in a row, then you jump really high. And I'm like here, and I'm trying to get up here. But if I fall, I end up down here. And so I got to go back here and jump once so I can land near the edge so that the next time I jump, I can get high enough to get up there. It just
You're talking about the part in the jungle
no,
before
in the
you
building.
get into
the building.
Okay.
The part out in the jungle wasn't too bad because you just, it's like you're...
But there was one part in the jungle before you get like into the base that I was like, I don't know where the hell I'm supposed to go. And finally I jumped right to go onto this wall, this like metal wall, and grab it and then jump up again.
Yeah.
But it took me forever because I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do.
Right. So, I don't know. Maybe the Hulk is just like a terrible... It just seems weird that the Hulk is going to be like your... what you get to play as in the demo to try to get people interested in this game. Like, I know you get to play a little bit of everybody, but like, then like, okay, you're Hulk, go for it. Like, why not give us like Iron Man? Somebody that would actually be fun to play as, not just like, just like running around. It was not fun. I stopped. I don't know how long this beta is. I stopped. Once I just realized I had no idea. I got inside the facility or whatever. I had no idea where I was going.
Right where I did.
I kept jumping up a little bit, and then I'd go down the hall, and I was like, oh, I guess I haven't been here before. And then it's like, ooh, you got new equipment. And I hit start or like, options. I go to gears.
You get a new bone.
Right. I'm like, what
am I upgrading? I have no clothes on. What gear am I upgrading?
And... but like when I'm trying to like move up and down between, I don't know, it's like gloves and pants. I don't know what equipment I have, but like I can't tell where my cursor is.
It's that stupid Destiny menu. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's terrible. The beginning, like the A-Day part of it was fun. I'm like, okay, this, I get how, I mean, I don't see how anybody playing that game could have had their mind blown by that.
Right.
But at least that was kind of fun. It was good enough to where I was like, I would consider buying this game if this is like just a taste of it. But then once they gave me Hulk and I'm trying to like play as that, it was almost unplayable. Like, it was not fun at all. And then I guess if you play far enough, you get to play as Ms. Marvel, or maybe you never play as her. I
No,
don't
you
know.
do, because I've heard people say it's cool to punch and kick people with your big fists and big feet, but like,
so I don't know. Maybe that would have been a little bit more fun, but at least playing as Hulk was just terrible.
yeah, it is correct. This beta.
Oh, the other thing. Did you have the captions on?
Yeah, but there's like two.
It's
options.
like so
It's like, oh, there's screaming in the background, and I was like, but I don't want to know about screaming. I just want to know.
But
what people
worse
are
than
saying.
that, it was like it's like you're reading the script of a movie. It's like a truck pulls up,
yes,
and a
yes.
person jumps out,
And
and
it doesn't
he looks
matter if
angry.
you do.
It's like, what? This is not captions. This is literally just.
It doesn't matter.
describing-
I figured out maybe it's something with the beta, but it doesn't matter if you turn on closed captions or subtitles. They both do the exact. Because I tried flipping back and forth.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's just like, yeah, a truck pulls up and this person's angry and this guy growls.
Why?
And I'm
Why
like,
do you
what's
need
happening?
to? Like, I'm sitting here watching it, and then I'm like, of course, I'm distracted, and I'm reading it like a truck pull. Yeah, I just saw
I
that.
saw
Like,
the truck
why?
pull up.
Oh, it's so weird. I don't know. I was not impressed. I think I'm good.
This beta let me know that I don't know if this is a good game or a bad game, but it is not a me game. And there's literally 0% of me that wants to play this outside of the beta. I'm done. I don't want any part of this.
I'm ready to get it off my hard drive.
Like the one thing I liked was the MCU style opening when it did the Marvel with all like the I was like, oh man, maybe this is gonna be good. And then Thor talked, and I was like, I can't remember if it's Travis Willingham or whoever's doing Thor, but they sound it's like, oh, Tony, you tried to go ahead of me. Whatever. I'm like,
There was one part that was like, I'm like, I thought that was supposed to be funny, but then I'm like, I don't think it was. The script, I mean, I don't know. Maybe in general it's not that bad. There's a line. I'm pretty sure it was Thor. I don't even remember what the context was. I think you're just beating up a bunch of people on the bridge. And maybe somebody says, wow, watch out. There's like a lot of bad guys, something like that. Like, I don't think the actual script was much better than that. And I think Thor says, and I quote, now I may have it wrong, but he basically says, oh, it's a good thing I'm mighty, or something. I'm like, what? Like, and I thought like, oh, somebody else is gonna like rib him for that, and like, they were like, oh yeah, it sure is a good thing. Like, it was just so bad. I don't know. I went from like being curious about it to when we saw that the Thor like demo gameplay, whatever. Like a month or two ago, whenever that was. And then I was like, I was like, okay, this might actually be kind of fun. And then I started playing the demo, and I'm like, this is okay. The controls seem a little weird, but like, it's cool. I'm playing as Captain America. I'm playing as Iron Man. I'm playing as Thor. Like, this is kind of cool. And then it just went totally off the rails by the time I got to be Hulk.
I think the combat in this game sucks.
Yeah.
I think it's a bunch of what people like to hate on God of War for: square, 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 triangle, square, square, triangle, square, triangle, square, like whatever. It's just like all I'm doing is hitting square. And not only that, the camera's horrible. And even when you do like the lock-on thing, I don't remember if you push in L3 or R3, whatever it is, to lock onto somebody, when you finish fighting that person, it doesn't like switch over to somebody near you. It's just like, bleh. And I'm like, well, I wanted to lock on so I know who the hell I'm fighting. The camera in this game's horrible. For crying out loud, this game froze before I could even start playing it. Like, I swear to God, I was going through the opening cutscene, and when Thor's like, when it gets ready, when Thor's like flying in, and it says hold triangle, I go to hold triangle, and he goes, and I'm sitting there going, oh my God, did this really happen? And yeah, it froze right there before I could even get through the opening. So I had to go out, go back in, do all that again. I still hate it. I guess it doesn't matter because I guess he's dead, although I don't think he really is. Cap looks like an idiot in this. His armor's horrible. I can get over, like, Thor looks stupid. I think the best looking one is probably Black Widow, because it's just like I can see that being Black Widow. Tony's okay. Actually, Bruce is okay. But I guess it's really Thor and Captain America look stupid. And Thor sounds like a friggin' idiot. Like, oh my God, it's horrible. I didn't even like flying as Tony in that opening A-Day section.
Yeah,
It should
clumsy.
be. Again, I know we differ on inverted controls, but for flight, the y-axis should be inverted, period. I keep going like, rockets. I need a dodge. Boom. I'm like, okay, what is happening? It's just bad. And I hated playing as Hulk. The one that was the most fun to play as, which is an indictment on this game, is Cap, who supposedly is dead.
Yeah.
Fighting as him in that one section when you're controlling him on the helicarrier, I was like, this feels closer to Spider-Man and Batman than the rest of this game does. And then everything else was just not good. I'm not saying this is a bad game, but like I said earlier, this is definitely not a me game. I now know for sure I want my 25 gigs back from this beta, so I'm going to get that back. No part of me, whether Sony's getting Spider-Man, I do not give a rat's patookus at this point. I want nothing to do with this game. I would rather slowly make my way through Ghost, hopefully play through Uncharted 4 when you play through it, and then get to October when Watch Dogs comes out.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was just boring. That like there was nothing exciting about it. It was just like, and most of it was even the opening A-Day section. I was kind of like, this is just like scripted events. I got to fight a couple guys, and then it goes to the next one, to the next one, to the next one. But when I was playing as Hulk, like you were saying, it was just boring. I didn't like anything about it. And it's so you got like an L1 ability, an R1 ability, and an L1 and R1 ability. And I'm like, I can't. It's like there's too much going on. I don't know who this game. I guess it's for people that like a Destiny style kind of game. That's a games as a service. I don't know. My expectations were low, and it still disappointed me.
My expectations were low, but my hopes were kind of high. Not that high, but higher. And it the beginning part was more or less what I expected, or what I guess I wouldn't say what I wanted. It's not even really a game that I want, but like the 8-day part was like, okay, this seems fun.
The Taskmaster fight was cool with Black Widow. That was cool.
Yeah, but then everything after that was it was terrible. It was almost
But
unplayable.
also I suck at video games. I kept dying as Black Widow, and it's like, well, you just respawn, and Taskmaster's health bar is right where it was, and you just start over again, and it's like, oh, try doing this to do a grapple thing, whatever. I'm like, can I even lose? Like, I don't want a game to be overly difficult, but like, I suck at video games. I don't know how to play this game, and even though I keep dying, Yankees won. You just keep respawning me, and Taskmaster doesn't like regenerate health or anything. I was like, what? I could be a baby and I could win this fight just because of how the game is made. It was weird. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Avengers is a pass for me.
Yeah. No go.
No go. Sean.
Yes.
Want to get news of the week?
Yes.
Woo, boy, Xbox, you had a week, didn't you? Halo has been delayed, and let me read you this.
Shocking nobody.
Well, I'm what should I say? I'm surprised. I don't know that I'm shocked, but this comes from the Halo account on Twitter. This comes from Chris Lee, the studio head for Halo Infinite. Today, I want to share an important Halo Infinite development update with the community. We have made the difficult decision to shift our release to 2021 to ensure the team has adequate time to deliver a Halo game experience that meets our vision. The decision to shift our release is the result of multiple factors that have contributed to development challenges, including the ongoing COVID-related impacts affecting us all this year. I want to acknowledge the hard work from our team at 343 Industries, who have remained committed to making a great game and finding solutions to development challenges. However, it is not sustainable for the well-being of our team or the overall success of the game to ship it this holiday. We know this will be disappointing to many of you, and we share in that sentiment. I don't know what I just said. Sentiment. The passion and support the community has shown over the years has been incredible and inspiring. We wanted nothing more than to play our game with the community this holiday. The extra time will let us finish the critical work necessary to deliver the most ambitious Halo game ever at the quality we know our fans expect. Thank you for your support and understanding. So Halo gets delayed, but for some reason... Well, let's talk about this first. This comes from Eurogamer. Apparently, 343 Industries, 343, however you say it, thought about splitting up the release of Halo just to get it out on time. It just didn't... This is what Phil Spencer said. It just didn't feel to all of us like the Halo release that we would want. In the end, the idea was scrapped, and Halo Infinite was delayed wholesale instead. It's a bummer, Spencer said. I know it's disappointing to people. It's disappointing to us. We are looking forward to the alignment of Halo and Series X really as a seminal moment for Xbox, looking back to the launch of the original Xbox and Halo CE. Spencer said he wanted to be as transparent about the decision as early as possible, so fans could plan their end-of-year purchases accordingly. Let's get this quote. Let's get out the news. Let's get out the news out. Okay, that's what it says. Let's get out the news out there and deal with it because people are making their own life decisions on consoles they're going to buy. End quote. Quote. I guess somebody else might have waited, but when we knew we put the blog together, I said let's. I guess somebody else might have waited, but when we knew we put the blog together, and I said let's put it live. It won't be our favorite day, but we'll get through it. I've had bad days before. We'll move through it and keep working on the things we love doing, end quote. So Halo is delayed, but the Series X is not. And this comes from VGC, an interview with Phil Spencer about the launch of the Series X, which is apparently happening this November. Head of Xbox, Phil Spencer, has said the platform Series X launch plans will not change significantly now that key title Halo Infinite has been delayed to 2021. Speaking during, and I cannot believe this is a real thing, I'm reading in the year 2020 of our Lord, but I'm going to say it. Speaking during Gary Whitta's Animal Talking Twitch show, the exec suggested that Game Pass could play a key role in Series X's launch and teased strong announcements regarding future games coming to the service. Quote, "What you'll see from us around the launch of the console, frankly, isn't going to change too much because you were going to hear a lot about the console and a lot about Game Pass and how we think those two things together are a real great value proposition for gamers going into the next generation," he said regarding Halo's delay. Quote, "I'd say the positive for us, both through the May showcase and the summer showcase and the July showcase, has been the rise of importance for us in Game Pass," he added. "As we go out and we talk to customers, it's becoming a real decision maker for people that are on our platform and people's evaluation. What the frig does it? Look at this. And people evaluation Xbox Series X as a console for them." I copied and pasted it. "Our investment in Game Pass and that portfolio continues to be strong," he continued. "We've got some ... really great, strong announcements to come about things ... coming to Game Pass," end quote. Earlier this week, Microsoft confirmed that the Series X will launch in November. In a new blog post, Microsoft was bullish about Series X's launch lineup without Halo, claiming that the console would launch globally with over 100 optimized for Xbox Series X titles, which include backwards compatible games. This includes more than 50 new games planned for this year across generations and optimized for Series X, it said. "We have plenty to keep you busy until the chief arrives," it said. Also here, Phil Spencer did say that he also, last week, he took home the retail version of the Series X to start playing with it, so that's cool. Rumors are saying that the Series X is going to be out November 6th, the day after my birthday, if you're wondering, because a white version of the controller...
Nobody asked you for a forecast.
Remember when that happened to me with Ocarina of Time?
Series X is going to be out.
Does she think I want November's forecast? Okay, well, there we got a new clip for Twitter. A white version of the controller is out in the wild saying that the warranty ends November 5th, 2021, which would be 365 days from November 6th, 2020.
Which is the day you turn 40.
Yep. Thanks. I think we said this 2 weeks ago when we talked about Halo. This game needed a delay. And I will say kudos to Microsoft for actually delaying it because I didn't think they had the cojones to do it.
What I'm curious about is they're all like, you guys ready? Here we go. Halo Infinite. Boom. And then everybody was like, what in the world? And then they're like, yeah, we're going to delay. It's not quite ready. Like, is it though? Thorgif? Like, is it really not ready, or did you think that I don't know. It's just weird how they were like
the fact that they're blaming it on COVID at this point, I think, is a scapegoat because clearly that game looks. I'm not saying it looks like crap, but it looks like crap. Like it looks like it would be fun. That does not look like a next gen game.
It barely looks like a current gen game.
It looks like a 360 game, and some people said, like Justin Davis on IGN's like, well, it's open world and yada, 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 so it's more... and I get that, but like Horizon Zero Dawn's an open world game, and that is beautiful and looks way better than the flagship Series X game. Are you kidding me? Like, the weird thing to me, I don't know why literally anybody... and I know they don't care about this. It's like Xbox is already saying, we know we're going to lose this generation, but we don't care because we got Game Pass. I don't know why anybody would buy a Series X November 6th. Like, you just want cross-gen games that we know how that works. It's not going to be that big a difference. Like, I'm going to get Watch Dogs Legion on PS4. I'll get a free upgrade to PS5. Is it going to look that much better on PS5? No. Is Ash Creed Valhalla going to look that much better on PS5 or Series X? No. We saw this during this gen when everybody launched. Like, the games just look a tiny bit better. Like, you now literally, the fact that they're saying, well, you can play all these old games on the Series X. Well, you can play them all on the Xbox One.
Right.
Why? I don't know why. I literally do not know why anyone would spend $400, $500, $600 on a Series X in November without Halo.
Yeah.
Can you think of one reason?
I literally cannot. And that's not even, the Sony fanboy in me. That's, I don't know.
I think what they should, I don't know why you would delay Halo and then not delay the console, because they've already said they really don't care about selling consoles. So why put it out?
Yeah.
Why not just wait? Do like Breath of the Wild and the Switch, put out in March. I mean, that's assuming Halo will be ready in a 4-month delay. But like, this was wild. This was so weird. Again, I'm happy that they delayed it because, like the old
it's the right move.
Quote, yeah. The game clearly needed more work. A delayed game. What's the quote, Sean?
A delayed game is good,
but a rushed bad game is bad forever.
Or something.
A rushed bad game is bad forever. A delayed game is eventually awesome, or something like that. So I get that, and I want Halo to be awesome, but I'm like, I do not know. I don't know why they're releasing the console still, and I'm still not convinced that it's still coming out in November, even though they're saying it is. And
I think it is.
I'm still not convinced the PlayStation is. Until they actually put a ring on it, like hopefully not a red ring of death. I don't know, man. Like, I'm sorry, Xbox fans. I am. I know we're both Sony fanboys. I want you to be able to play Halo. I want this game to be awesome. It's a good thing that it's getting delayed. I almost wonder if they're going to delay it a whole year now. Because what I heard somebody saying is if they delay it a whole year to fall of next year, that would line up with the 20th anniversary of the first Halo, Combat Evolved.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be a year. I don't think they're that far off.
I hope not, but
I think it'll be spring. I think probably like March time frame.
Yep. Breath of the Wild. Go up against Breath of the Wild 2. Next up, Sean. This one's sad. We got some details this week about the canceled Star Wars game, codenamed Ragtag, from Amy Hennig. This comes from IGN. A producer who worked on Project Ragtag has said that the canceled game would have been, quote, the best Star Wars game ever made.
Okay.
Well, it's Amy Hennig, so don't you dare besmirch the name. In an interview with MinMax, ex-Visceral Games producer Zach Mumbach shed some more details about the canned EA project, which, in his words, was said to be an, quote, amazingly well-crafted, end quote, 12-hour experience. Hell,
yes. Sign me up for that.
Yes, thank you. Moonbach talks about how a leadership team was brought in to cut and ship the game who had a different vision for Ragtag than Amy Hennig's crew at Visceral. Quote, I'm thinking, this is effing Amy Hennig. Thank you. We have the chance to make the greatest Star Wars game ever made and a possible Game of the Year contender, end quote. When asked about what might have happened if the team were given more time, Moonbach told MinMax's this is a horrible, I'm running out of water. Moonbach told MinMax's Ben Hansen, quote, I think we would have made the best Star Wars game ever made. The story and the setup and the characters, ... Like, man, it was set up for success, but what we had to execute was going to take a while, end quote. Moonbach later talks about how EA had started to pivot away from single-player experiences, which led to Ragtag's ultimate demise, and how frustrating it was to see them return to the formula years later with Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. According to Moonbach, the team had a set of unfinished levels and a set piece involving a crazy ATST moment. Quote, you were on foot running from it, and it was trying to hunt you down, but you were more agile, slipping through all these alleyways and just barreling through and crashing and using all the destruction of Frostbite, end quote. Moonbach also described the gameplay as, quote, Star Wars Uncharted. Son of a bitch. EA announced in June that it wants to, quote, double down on making Star Wars games. We're currently approaching the October 3rd release of Star Wars Squadrons, a dogfighting space simulator developed by Motive Studios. This sucks. Like, I remember, I think it was E3 2016, right? When this, like the 10-second footage of the guy walking out on Tatooine or whatever it was, on the desert planet.
Was it that long ago?
I think it was. And he walks out and you look up and you see it and it looks beautiful. And it just says Star Wars or whatever it said. Jedi Fallen Order was not a bad game, but it was clearly a rushed game that was rushed because this was canceled and they did what they did. And I have hope for the future of that franchise. They're doubling down. I assume we're going to get a sequel. I assume it will be better. But this sucks, man. Like, Amy Hennig is awesome. And I can remember when she left Naughty Dog to go to EA, and then it came out that she was making a Star Wars game. I was like, this is perfect. This is like the absolute perfect fit. Now, you can't just have a creative vision and a writer. You got to have everybody else that makes the game work. But, like, just seeing this, it's like, it's cool, but, man, it sucks.
I mean, it does suck, but I would like to think it's could have been or would have been the best Star Wars game ever, but like
you're not setting the bar very high also.
Well, it's not. It very well could have been, and that still doesn't mean a whole lot, but it also means look at the past history of Star Wars games. Like, it also gives me no reason to believe that this was going to be. I mean, do you think it would have been better than Fallen Order? Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, Fallen Order was a solid 8. So,
yeah,
to me, 8 to an 8.5 with the potential to be a 10, honestly. It just, it was rushed, but.
I don't know.
Foot.
It would be like me saying, like, God forbid, but like it'd be like me saying, well, maybe not me, but if this NFL season gets canceled, and it'd be like Judge going out and saying, man, the Giants were going to win the Super Bowl this year. Like, I can't believe they canceled it. Like, we were going to win the Super Bowl this year. It's like, well, okay. Like, obviously you're going to say that. They're going to say, yes, this was going to be the best Star Wars game ever, but I don't know.
I just hate it for Amy Hennig. She got done dirty, and it sucks.
Yeah.
All right, next up, we got a few more little tiny updates on Spider-Man Miles Morales for the PS5. So there was a new screenshot that came out this week from Entertainment Weekly, and it is hilarious, the one that they put out. It's Miles in the street, puddles. So going back to Puddlegate from Spider-Man PS4. And it looks absolutely beautiful.
Wait. Remind me about the puddle thing.
People were talking about the puddles in the Spider-Man E3 demo in 2017, I think it was, and the downgrade and how the puddles didn't look as good as they did in the original reveal trailer, and there was Puddlegate because of it.
Oh, I don't remember that.
It was so stupid you shouldn't remember it, but yeah. But we did get, in a little quick interview there, we did get some more updates about the game. Apparently, Peter will be involved, and he will be showing up in the game to train Miles. I kind of assumed that, but still cool to see.
Good to know.
I hope Yuri's back. Yuri is awesome. He should have won the Game Awards Voice Actor Award that year. Miles does have his own animations, movements, and abilities. And they did confirm that it is a, quote, complete story. I feel like some people are trying to hate on this game. Oh, it's just DLC. It's like 10, 12 hours, whatever. What the hell do you got on Xbox? Why are you buying a Series X? I'm buying a PS5 for this, and then Ratchet, and then Horizon, and then God of War, and then...
Well, to be fair, I know they're saying all the right things now, and I don't remember how it even all played out, but, like, there should be no reason that, unless it was Sony or, Insomniac, whatever's doing... Why does anybody think this is not a full game? I mean, I know they're saying it is now, but how did we even get to this point where they feel the need to say that?
Because they screwed it up. I don't remember if
that's what I'm saying. They've screwed
exactly.
this up. And I guess it probably just comes back to the fact that it's not called Spider-Man 2.
Correct.
And I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I do think there's a reason they're not calling it Spider-Man 2. This may be an entire story arc. It's very much a standalone game, a complete story arc, whatever, but they're not calling it Spider-Man 2 for a reason. This is not going to be the equivalent of Spider-Man.
No.
Like, it's not. So I don't know. I think the marketing, or maybe not the marketing, but the publicizing, whatever, of this game has been...
The PR, yeah.
Yeah, it's been not done very well. But, I mean, it changes nothing for me. I'm super stoked for it, but...
Yeah, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to play this game. I really think it's more... It's like Spider-Man 1.5. I feel like this is going to fill in some gap, and I feel like it's going to end on some kind of cliffhanger, something that will lead into the actual Spider-Man 2. Does that mean in Spider-Man 2 we can go back and forth between Miles and Peter? That would be awesome. I don't know. I still think I know what's going to happen to Peter eventually. But I'm so excited for this game. It looks beautiful. The other thing I forgot to say, so somebody put up the screenshot that EW released next to a screenshot of Peter as Spider-Man on a street at night with rain. And I thought Spider-Man PS4 looked really good. When you see these two side by side, it's like, whoa, holy crap.
Yeah.
It is beautiful. I cannot wait for this game. It's, at this point, easily my most, well, depending on what the hell Nintendo's doing, which there's no point in even talking about it. Easily my most anticipated game the rest of this year. It's the one game that I think, unless Watch Dogs blows me away, it's the one game I think could challenge Final Fantasy VII for my game of the year this year. I don't think Ghost is going to get there. I'm going to get back to it at some point. I've not given up on it, but Spider-Man Miles Morales, like, when I think about how awesome the first game was, any other year it would have been my game of the year. It just went up against God of War.
Yeah, my one concern, which we've been talking about, I do think, it's the one game that could unseat Final Fantasy. But I think they're both going to have the same downside, at least for me, in that I feel like they will have both left me wanting more. And I feel like in the end they're both going to feel somewhat, incomplete. Not necessarily unfinished, but incomplete.
Yep.
So, but yeah, it could end up being my game of the year. I don't know. What it will have going for it, I think, is just the fact that, like, holy crap, I'm playing this on a PlayStation 5. Like, I think it's just going to be a crazy experience altogether. I'm still kind of worried between this game and whatever, we eventually get for a true Spider-Man 2. And it's the same thing I worry about with Breath of the Wild. It's just going to feel weird being in the same world. Like, Link Between Worlds, Link Between Worlds worked, even though it was the same general map, because you can do other stuff with it. Mm-hmm. This is literally, it's New York City. So, I mean, unless it gets opened up and you can get off of just, like, Manhattan, I just don't know. I think even a true, whenever we get Spider-Man 2, I don't know how anything is ever going to feel like a true sequel, because I feel like I'm just going to be playing and be like, haven't I done this before? Yeah. Like, I can't wait for it, and that's my same concern with Breath of the Wild 2. I don't really want Breath of the Wild 2. I want a new Zelda game, but, like, I don't want to just play Breath of the Wild again in that same world. Like, I don't know. I'm more nervous about Zelda.
I'm definitely more if they just run it back with breakable weapons and no dungeons
in the same world. Like, yeah. I don't know. And it's a direct sequel, so it's I mean, nobody knows. But as of right now, they're basically calling it Breath of the Wild 2. That doesn't sound like a prequel to me, which means everything's still going to be in ruins, which means there's not, I don't know. But I digress. But with Spider-Man, yeah, it's like, at least this, okay, you're still Spider-Man. You're a different Spider-Man. You're Miles, but you're still going to be slinging and whatever around, and it's going to be fun.
Exactly. Yep.
I don't know, and it's not even commentary on the perceived length of this game. I do kind of feel like it is going to feel like DLC, just because it's still you're Spider-Man in the same New York City. This is going to look better now, but like, we're still just Spider-Man beating people up in New York City. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to it for sure, and it may very well end up my game of the year, but I'm curious to see how I really feel about it.
Yeah. All right, the last item on the list, Sean. Coffee talk. NPD results for July are in. The number one selling game for July was what, Sean?
Ghost.
Yes. What was number 2? Is your nose okay?
Animal Crossing.
No.
Dang. I don't know.
Call of Duty.
No, of course.
Number 3, Paper Mario: The Origami King. I don't care about the game, but that makes me very happy.
Yeah, good for them.
Number 4, Last of Us Part 2. Number 5, Animal Crossing. Number 6, Ring Fit Adventure. Number 7, Mortal Kombat 11. Number 8, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I guess everybody are buying these Switches to play Animal Crossing. They're like, oh, Mario Kart. And it's still the best-selling Switch game, but whatever. Number 9, Smash Ultimate. And number 10, you will literally never in a million years, unless you can see my screen, guess what number 10 was.
I have no idea.
Number 10 was Sword Art Online Alicization Lycoris.
I was going to guess that, but I don't even know what that is.
I've never heard of that in my life. Did you notice there was something missing?
GTA.
Yeah. That's the first time I can remember. I do the NPD results on this podcast every month. I cannot remember the last time GTA wasn't up there. Also, Minecraft's not either.
Is it usually?
It's usually up there. Not like GTA, but it's like every other month or something. It's right up there.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I'm happy for Ghost. Again, I'm not giving up on it. I'm going to beat it. I've been in a rut, and I just wanted to play Avengers, and then that put me in more of a rut. So yeah, shout out to Ghost, and I gotta assume we're gonna get a sequel. I don't know how it ends, but I assume it's gonna get a sequel. So yeah. Now it's time for the wrap-up, Sean. Control, it was announced that Control is getting a free next-gen upgrade, Sean. But only if you buy the new Ultimate Edition coming out August 27th, which includes all the DLC. Are you kidding me? A cupcake, which is already a small version of a regular cake. You burped, and then you burped again. You dipped.
You took a bite.
And you dipped again.
You dipped again.
This is horrible. I don't think there's any way that this sticks. I think they have to roll this back to say, yeah, it's cool if you bought Control a year and a half ago. You can get a free next-gen upgrade if
you buy
the new one with all the DLC. They're going to roll this back. But as it stands now, that's BS. That's horrible. Last of Us Part 2 got an update this week, adding grounded difficulty, permadeath, and lots of gameplay tweaks, including some of these options you can turn on are like unlimited crafting, unlimited ammo, unlimited all this. I'm like, The one thing I haven't seen, and I didn't go too deep into it, but I was like, does this disable trophies? Because if not, I'm going to platinum the hell out of this game, just because. If I can just, because there's trophies around crafting everything, and so, I don't know. Also, it was announced this week that The Last of Us Part 2 is already the third best-selling Sony game in dollars sold behind Spider-Man and God of War. You know what I mean. Not copies. I'm saying total dollars, total monies. Monies. Cents. Dimes.
Since what?
Yes. Behind Spider-Man and God of War in Sony's history. So it's been out for a month and a half, and it's already the third best-selling dollars game of all time for Sony.
Third best-selling dollars game.
But that's so weird to me.
Yeah.
So it's already sold more than Uncharted 4 or 3 or 2 or 1 or the other God of Wars. I just... Now that's only in the U.S., so it's not worldwide, but that's weird to me. Especially because it dropped to number 4 just a month after it came out. But
ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie, Rashid. Also, The Last of Us TV show will include a, quote, jaw drop moment that was cut from the original game. I cannot think for the life of me what that would be. There's so many jaw-dropping moments in the original game that, like, are gut punches and, like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That I can't even think what that would be, but...
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of excited for that, but...
I'm excited for it, but I'll believe that it's actually happening when it happens.
Yeah, when they actually announce cast and we see some pictures of them shooting or something, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Sean, Sam Fisher is coming back to Rainbow Six as an operator. At this point, they're doing the Netflix show. He's come. They're going to announce. Ubisoft has announced they're doing a Ubisoft Forward in September. They are going to announce a Splinter Cell game.
If they don't,
they do not. Yeah. They hate their fans. I've been saying this for weeks now. Seems like every week we've got something about Sam Fisher to talk about that's not a Splinter Cell game, but like they have to announce a new game. Yeah. Period.
Yep.
After 20 years, Laszlo is leaving Rockstar. Do you know who that is?
No.
The radio host, Laszlo, the DJ on the radio stations in GTA.
I always turn them off. Literally, as soon as I get into a car, that's the first thing I do.
Okay. But he's been working at Rockstar for 20 years. He's a writer and a producer on the GTA series. So, like, we had one of the Houser brothers left Rockstar. Now this guy's left who's one of the main writers on the game. I'm like... But it was also announced, somebody tweeted today that Take-Two has registered domains for Grand Theft Auto Vice City or something and GTA6.com. So it's looking like it is going to do what we hope it will do, which is go to Vice City 5 years from now.
Yeah.
The DualSense reportedly has 50% more battery capacity than the DualShock 4, so that's good. Don't need no AA batteries, son. Resident Evil 7 has now... We talked about last week how Resident Evil sold over 100 million copies. Resident Evil 7 has now become the best-selling Resident Evil game at 7.9 million copies sold, beating RE5 and 6. Thank you, God.
That's awesome.
It should never... Those two stupid-ass games should never have been
5's
one
not
and 2.
bad. And I've never played 6, but it just seems terrible.
The fact that they have both sold more than 4 is ridiculous.
Well, yeah, I don't understand how that's possible.
It is. Kenna Bridge of Spirits. It was shown in the Future Gaming event. It is coming out on PS4, and it will be getting a free PS5 upgrade. Also, this one's just for me and Sean, because I don't know who else cares about this. But Oceanhorn 2 is coming to Switch this fall. Now, you played it on Apple TV. Will you give it another chance on an actual
I played on
console?
iPad.
Well, you know, sorry, on Apple Arcade is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Will you give it another shot as like an actual like home release?
I think so. I don't know what it was. I mean, when I started playing it, I'm like, this is it's like Ocarina of Time. Like,
Okay.
It's what a sequel to Oceanhorn should be. And I don't know if it was just the fact that I was playing it on my iPad. I mean, I was playing it with the DualShock, but like, I don't know, something didn't click with me. But I'll definitely give it another try.
Yeah.
Because it's exactly what you would want it to be. Now, granted, I didn't get very far, but I don't know. I don't know why I didn't stick with it, but
Yeah. I'm excited. I had a free trial of Apple Arcade, and I don't think I tried it one time. I mean, anything on Apple Arcade, not Oceanhorn 2. So I'm excited to give it a shot. But yeah, more Oceanhorn is a good thing, and I'll probably buy it again on PS4 and get the Platinum Trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for episode 1.
time out. We're not even. I know it's just a rumor. We're not going to talk.
Solar tried to talk some smack to me, and I was like, okay, Solar. So there are rumors.
Here's the thing.
It went up on Amazon UK that Skyward Sword is coming to Switch.
And if it is motion control like the other one, are you telling me you're not going to play it?
I'm not going to be going.
I mean, but it is like.
I know, but
I guess it doesn't have to be. They could completely, but like so much of that game was like the sword play.
Yeah,
and
but just change the combat to be like Twilight Princess was. You could do that motion, or you could do it with a controller. And when I played it on my Wii U with a controller,
no, but it's not like an enemy.
No,
you have to like.
No, I know you got to.
I
know
it's.
But just take that out.
But that's what I'm saying. They would have to completely.
They should.
I don't think you're going to have a chance.
If it comes
to
out,
play
I'm going to freaking
game.
buy it.
Yes, thank you. I'm with you. I don't want to have to use motion control.
That's my thing. It should be like Twilight Princess was.
Yeah,
but I know it's not. You can't really compare it to Twilight Princess because, like Solar said when he tweeted me, yeah, it's not like they made a Zelda game and then said, "Oh, you can do motion controls." No, they made a Zelda game based completely on Wii Motion Plus because, it's like remembering what the old Metal Gear Rising demos when Raiden was like, with the watermelons, he's like,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The reveal trailer for Metal Gear at that point is Metal Gear Solid Rising, when it was still Kojima making it, and then he said, F this game, and he gave it to Platinum Games. The first demo had Raiden with his, super awesome katana cutting through watermelons, and it was like, you can, I don't know if it was 6-axis or how they were, if it was the right stick or what, but like Raiden would go like, and he would hold the sword like this, and then you could go, and it would show where you're going to cut, and he would go, and he was like, in the demo, he was cutting these watermelons down to like minuscule little pieces. That's what I think of. I have no what's happening.
Yeah.
I have no what's happening. That's it for episode 196. God, please. Oh my God. I hope by the time this goes live, they say there's a direct coming on Thursday.
That would be awesome.
Episode 196. Thank you guys so much for being here. As you know, you can find us at nerd901.com, where they are connecting nerds across the Mid-South and the multiverse. Also, check out youtube.com/blurwithoutfear, twitch.tv/blurwithoutfear, and everybody else over at Nerd901. As you know, by the way, I did this wrong last week. You know what I said last week? I said I'm at Kevin White. You can find me on Twitter. I'm at Kevin White 24. I feel like I probably get that wrong every week. I need to go back and watch the end of every episode. At Real Sean White. Together we're at 2player _ co-op. Patreon, Twitch, YouTube, subscribe.
It's .com.
It's .net. Thank you guys so much for being here. We will be back with episode 197. But until that time, Sean, go ahead and take us out.
Thank you for playing.